Hey, Starseeds and Lightworkers, how to heal from an insecure relationship attachment style. Are you feeling insecure in your relationship? Or do you feel that you can't kind of stay in relationships? You're avoiding relationships, but you want relationships. You're in chaotic relationships, or it's just not working. Yeah. Then it might be worthwhile looking at whether you might have an insecure relationship attachment style operating unbeknownst to you as a program in your unconscious, in your background. So before I dive into this topic today, I just want to introduce myself. I am Natasha Bailey from Soul Mission. So one of the things that really gets in the way of our ability to move forward on our soul mission is perhaps a struggle with relating to others. And that may be a big block in your life. So I've been doing this series of videos about insecure attachment styles. And this came about as a result of me going into another dark night of the soul, where I went deeper into healing my own childhood trauma and wounding around relating to others. So having sort of come out of that mostly at the other end, I wanted to share what I've learned and how you can create a secure attachment style for yourself, both in relationship to others, but mainly in relationship to yourself. So if you haven't already checked out what the different relationship attachment styles are, they're on my channel. You can go and watch them. And this is the final video in that series where I actually talk about some of the solutions that I feel is going to be really helpful to healing yourself from this insecure attachment style. So I just want to start off by saying that what I'll share in this video is by no means medical advice or therapeutic advice. This is just based on my own experience and testing out lots and lots of different modalities over 10 years of dealing with this situation for myself. And I'll just be sharing what seems to have worked for me and why, so that you can make a decision for yourself as to what's going to work for you. Yeah. Okay. So in order to heal an insecure attachment style, the main thing is you need to create a secure attachment to yourself. So your own parents weren't able to provide a loving, consistent, kind, reliable reflection and mirroring back to you of, a healthy parental relationship. So it's not your fault that they were unable to do this. And it is your responsibility now to actually create that for yourself. So I have certain therapies that I would recommend for all the types, and then some other therapies specifically for certain types. And I'll go through this bit by bit. So first of all, I initially went on my healing journey by doing psychotherapy. So that's a talk therapy. And I found it helpful in terms of becoming aware of unhealthy family relationship dynamics, starting to become aware of my feelings, and having a safe person responding to me in a healthy way. So I could begin to trust someone to open up to. So in that sense, it was extremely helpful. And what happened is I got a very intellectual understanding of my problems, but I was still getting triggered. So my nervous system would still get triggered when something would happen in relationship to others, and I would make a decision based on my perception of events to, either kind of dismiss that person or chase that person or create some other kind of chaos or drama in the situation, or just shut down completely. So I've come to understand that actually we need a multidimensional approach to healing this situation. And I would say definitely I would do psychic surgery clearing to clear any energetic projections that people have thrown at you, negative energy. But beyond that, we also need to do neurological reprogramming. Why? Because all the programming of the insecure attachment style, it's sitting in the nervous system. So that needs to be reprogrammed. And there are lots of different, reprogramming techniques out there. There's EMDR, there's tapping, there's NLP. There's many different kinds, and we need to reprogram the beliefs that were created when we were traumatized, like I'm unworthy, or I'm unseen, I'm unheard, I'm unloved, nobody cares about me, these kind of beliefs that are running. And the thing that I would recommend for all insecure attachments types is body therapy, but for different reasons and different types of body therapy. So for the avoidant type, I would recommend body therapy that allows you to reconnect to your body and resensitize to the sensations and feelings in your body, because the avoidant type has shut down to feelings and sensations. They tend to be more up in their head and more into their mental space. And I think also the avoidant type needs some kind of exposure therapy to opening up and being vulnerable with others, because they were basically shamed for being vulnerable or expressing their emotions. So they need some practice in reprogramming the nervous system that it's safe to open up again. So they basically need help to access their feelings more. Now, with regards to the anxious and the disorganized attachment styles, I would recommend nervous system regulation for anxiety. So if you feel like anxious or dysregulated or a bit hyper, I recommend programming to help you calm down your nervous system so you can get out of the trigger and come to a calm place where you can start to work on some of the beliefs that you believe were triggered in the moment that you were triggered. Trying to do CBT on yourself, cognitive behavioral therapy on yourself, when you're in the middle of a trigger, it doesn't work. I've tried that, and basically you're in a hyper aroused state. You have to calm down first to be able to do the work. I would also recommend, basic body therapies for anxious and disorganized types, but this is more for calming down the nervous system and slowing down so you can be present for the message that's coming up behind the anxiety that's coming up for you, and to see what it is that maybe you need in that moment to feel like you're present for yourself and that you can soothe yourself, or to ask other people to help you to soothe yourself. So that's about asking for needs to be met. The other thing I would recommend in general for the anxious and disorganized types is having a consistent routine in your life. Good routine in terms of your self-care and body care. So going to bed at the same time, and eating at regular intervals so that your body feels like it knows when there's going to be a consistent supply of food and rest, and your sympathetic nervous system can calm down and can expect to receive nourishment consistently. The next step for all types is you need to reconnect to your little self. So in my case, I had to reconnect to little Natasha, And I had to be present for little Natasha, that inner child within me. And literally, I got a photo out of myself. I found a photo of a picture of my younger self, and I literally would look in her eyes and say, "How are you feeling? How are you doing? What do you need?" And just wait and see what comes up. And then be present for your inner child, for your little self, and pretend as if you are a parent and you're there for your little self. And be there for yourself several times a day. Check in and ask, what do you need? So that leads on to the next bit, which is you need to reparent yourself. Your parents, for whatever reason, were unable to be healthy, consistent, loving parents towards you. So therefore, you need to start to be loving and caring towards yourself. Now, if you're not sure how to go about that, or maybe you've internalized a very negative parent within you, or a critical parent, then you might have to work on that inner critic first, before, and maybe look at some scripts and access some scripts about how would a good mommy or daddy respond to their kid, and start practicing that. I would say, please be patient and be kind to yourselves. Reprogramming takes time, is based on repetition, and is helpful if you can do this with a therapist who knows about neurological reprogramming, and or with a good, kind partner who has a secure attachment style. And then over a series of months, consistently doing work every day, you can expect to start seeing changes. So I hope you found this helpful. And if you like this video, please like, subscribe, comment, share your thoughts and feedback. I really welcome that. And I just want to say a big thank you to some people who've inspired me to create these videos, because it's helped me on my path. And I really like how they present themselves on their channel. So here's a shout out to Thais Gibson, Brianna McWilliams, Richard Grannan, and Linda Anderson, my EFT tapping coach. I'm sending you so much love, dear ones, and remember, your most important relationship is with yourself and with God, Goddess, Source, Creator. So make the time to create that secure attachment. Sending you much love. Bye-bye.